Hey there, Plan Bers. Welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. Perception is king. It's not the only thing that matters, but it's a biggie. Perception affects your confidence and self-esteem, which can impact everything from your relationships to your career. And it's not just you. The people around you have perceptions too. When someone has a positive perception of you, they may see you as more trustworthy or competent than they would if they had a negative perception of you. The same goes for your relationships. If someone thinks highly of you, they're more likely to want to be friends with you or date you. It's all about how others view you and how that influences their behavior towards you. The first time I had a job interview, I was so nervous that I forgot my resume at home. The second time I had a job interview, I went in with my shirt on backwards. The third time? Well, let's just say that night was a little less than pleasant for everyone involved. The fourth time, this one ended up being really special. It was at least an hour longer than it should have been for reasons outside of my control. But afterwards, they told me they liked me and wanted to bring me back for another round of interviews. And then something happened. A bit later on in the day after our meeting, as well as during another meeting with someone else from their team, which was also super fun, something clicked within myself and suddenly became clear. I can do this. What you see is what you get. The way you present yourself is how people will perceive you. So it's important to look your best, right? But what if I told you that the way you present yourself could also determine how much money and success you achieve in life? No joke. The clothes you wear and the way you walk, talk, and act can have a huge impact on your life. In fact, there are numerous studies that have demonstrated this very thing time and time again. For instance, one study of students at an elite business school found that those who dressed in formal business attire were more likely to be hired than those dressed casually or even sloppy. Another study showed that when job applicants wore suits rather than casual clothing during their interviews, they were offered jobs at twice as high a rate. Well, you may say we live in different times now. And then there's research showing how posture affects both your confidence as well as others' perception of you. One group of researchers invited 50 students into their lab where they randomly assigned each student one of two different roles, either director or actor. All actors were asked to walk across the room while maintaining eye contact with each other they passed. Directors simply stood quietly against one wall while actors walked by them. Afterwards, all participants filled out questionnaires about how confident they felt after completing this activity. Researchers found not only did actors report feeling more confident, but these feelings transferred over into actual behavior. They held themselves taller than directors after the experiment concluded, despite being fully aware nothing had changed about either group's physical capabilities. Show, don't tell. That is the most important advice in relating a story. It's something so basic and intuitive that it doesn't need to be explained, right? Well, no. Showing is a very easy concept to understand on paper, but it can be difficult to put into practice when you're writing or creating. Let's take an example. Instead of telling us that your character has brown eyes, describe what they look like by saying, his eyes were a deep shade of brown. Instead of saying your character is strong and muscular, show us by describing his actions or dialogue. For example, he picked up his suitcase with ease. How to avoid cringy moments. Don't use like as a filler word. Don't laugh at your own jokes. Don't talk with your hands or feet too much, or at all if you can help it. Don't use or as part of speech. Try to avoid them altogether. People are more likely to perceive someone as confident when they avoid cringy moments such as using the word like a lot or using excessive body language. Boring We know what you're thinking. Ugh, duh. But wait, what's this? A study out of Northwestern University showed that people who use filler words such as and are perceived as less confident than those who don't. So if you want to come across as being super smart and cool, just stop saying so much. But that's not all. You can also avoid cringy moments by using the word like a lot or using excessive body language. In fact, there was another study conducted at Stanford University showing how people who use too many hand gestures are seen as less trustworthy because it makes them appear nervous or uncomfortable during their speech delivery. So keep your hands still while speaking, or at least try. If you want to make a good first impression, avoid cringy moments. That's where your audience will be most likely to perceive you as confident. Hey Plan Bers, I hope you're enjoying these episodes. Make sure that you subscribe to Plan B Success Podcast and the YouTube channel and leave a comment. Let's have a discussion, a dialogue about what you love and what else can I bring in your service. Thank you.